Dear students, like benzene, phenol is also important in production of some commercially useful products like most importantly polymers like polyamides which are nylons, polycarbonates and phenolic resins. So let's discuss different methods of production of phenol followed by some important reactions of phenol. These are most prominent methods for production of phenol. Some are commercial, some are lab scale. So phenol can be produced from chlorobenzene by hydrolysis. That process is more popular as a Dow process. Phenol can be obtained from cumin upon oxidation, or it can be obtained from sodium benzene sulfonate, then benzene disonium salt, or conventionally like benzene, it can be separated from coal tar. Let's discuss first method. This method has been called as Dow process because it was first time introduced in 1928 by US based company called as Dow Chemical Company. In this process, benzene is first chlorinated to get chlorobenzene and which can be easily hydrolyzed to form sodium phenoxide. Till now in the acidic property of phenol we have seen what is a phenoxide. So this is just a sodium salt of phenoxide which upon treatment with acid can give us phenol. But reaction involves benzene as an intermediate during its production. Let's see how. When chlorobenzene is heated at very high temperature, there occurs simultaneous loss of hydrogen as well as chlorine. So, those electrons they are utilized immediately to form a triple bond. And because it resembles alkynes, though it is aromatic, it is called as benzoin. Now, this benzoin can be attacked by hydroxyl moiety and that is how triple bond is broken. Upon acidification, another carbon bearing a negative charge can be protonated to regain the aromaticity. So this is one of the oldest method of heating chlorobenzene at very high temperatures around 350 degrees Celsius and high pressure 150 atmosphere. It can be hydrolyzed first with alkali to give hydroxylated product which later upon acidification gives us phenol. But more than 80% of the production today depends upon oxidation of cumin. This is because procedure starts with benzene which is readily available material and there is a byproduct acetone which is also having number of uses as a reagent. So because of easy availability of the raw material and end use of the byproduct and simple procedure, this oxidation of cumin accounts for largest production of phenol worldwide in the industry. So benzene is first converted to cumin which is isopropyl benzene. This is simply alkylation. Now this upon oxidation yields peroxide moiety. This peroxide moiety upon hydrolysis in acidic condition leads to liberation of acetone leaving behind phenol. Next, phenol can also be obtained by benzene via sulfonation We have already seen when benzene is reacted with fuming H2SO4, it forms benzene sulfonic acid. Now this can be converted to a sodium salt, that is sodium benzene sulfonate. This can be hydrolyzed to give us again sodium phenoxide in the presence of alkali, again at very high temperature 300 degrees Celsius, and we know after this acidification can give us phenol. Similarly, another salt which is benzene diazonium salt. This also we have discussed earlier. Particularly aromatic amino compounds, when they are treated with sodium nitrite NaNO2 in presence of strong acid, they yield diazonium salt. Such diazonium salts, because they contain two nitrogens, they are very unstable even at room temperature. So to stabilize them, cold conditions are usually necessary, but in this reaction we want quick removal of nitrogen. So just by heating it to only even 50 degrees Celsius, which is possible at routine laboratory conditions. So upon heating, there occurs loss of N2, and aqueous treatment can give us hydroxylation, leading to formation of phenol. This phenol can be separated from reaction mixture by steam distillation, or it can also be extracted with diethyl ether. If you remember, we have seen how to obtain coal tar initially, and this coal tar upon distillation gives us different fractions. We had seen how benzene can be separated from light oil fraction. Now for phenol, we need to focus on middle oil fraction. This is almost thrice than the light oil fraction, 7.5%. But this also contains phenol, cresol and naphthalene. So after isolating this middle oil fraction, after collecting it in this boiling point range, this middle oil fraction further needs treatment to separate phenol from cresol and naphthalene. So as this middle oil fraction contains phenol, cresol, now this can be a mixture of ortho, meta, para cresols along with naphthalene. This oil fraction, simply when it is cooled, naphthalene can separate as a crystal. So solid naphthalene can be easily separated upon centrifugation, and we are left with now only phenol and cresol. Now these both can be treated with alkali to form corresponding salts. Similarly, sodium salt of cresol can be formed. Now from these sodium salts, from the crude mixture, sodium salts are separated, which can be treated with carbon dioxide and water to regain phenol as well as regain cresol, which can be easily separated from each other by fractional distillation. Because there is sufficient difference in the boiling points, cresol boils around 202 degrees Celsius, phenol boils at 182 degrees Celsius. So they are separated from fractional distillation. These were 5 important methods for preparing phenols. Phenols are that much reactive to give variety of kind of reactions by virtue of hydroxyl group as well as benzene ring. In this video, we are going to focus on reactions of hydroxyl group. It easily forms salts, esters, ethers, as well as it can give us back benzene. So this is the summary of important reactions shown by phenol. Because phenols are acidic in nature, when they are treated with a strong base like NaOH, KOH or even sodium metal, it quickly forms phenoxide as salts. But because phenols, we have already seen, they are weaker than carboxylic acids, they do not react with weak bases like sodium carbonate or sodium bicarbonate. Another important reaction is formation of ethers. So when phenols are treated with either alkali halides, they first form phenoxide and after that there occurs alkylation. Even phenols can be reacted with dimethyl sulfate in the alkaline medium to give first phenoxide salt and later on this alkylation. This is a popular method for synthesis of anisole. We can even reduce phenol with zinc so that zinc oxide can get formed and we get benzene. So distillation of phenol with zinc dust can produce benzene, but yield is very less. So this method is not used for production of benzene. Phenols give another important kind of reaction, that is formation of esters, where phenols when treated with acid chlorides in alkaline medium, so this reaction is also via production of phenoxide first and then it reacts with acid chloride to form phenolic esters and there occurs liberation of NaCl. Apart from this, there are so many other color reactions which phenolic group gives, which is used for its qualitative analysis or identification. Even there are some reactions which benzene ring is going to give. We will discuss them in the upcoming video. These are some sources as well as references for synthesis and reactions of phenol. So in the next video, we will see different identification color tests which phenolic compounds give, how to distinguish between different types of phenols, and some reactions which benzene gives. Till then, take care. Goodbye.